Marriott Corporation. This is the schedule, the sector description, company background, identify the problem, capital cost of Marriott, Marriott division lines, what of Marriott division lines, final conclusions. Okay, the sector. In 1987, the sales of Marriott Corporation grew up in 24%, and the return to equity grew up in 22%. The hurdle rate. The hurdle rate is an index. You explain determine the incentive compensation, and for the same year, the Marriott hurdle rates growth would reduce in the project in the long time, and create the accelerate with respect to the other companies of the sector. The company in general, Marriott Corporation began in 1927 with John Wilford, and in that year, in 1987, the net profit is 223 million on sales and 2.5 billion in sales. The three important lines of business is lodging, contract service, and restaurants. What is the problem? For Marriott Corporation want to know the general cost of capital and comparison for the three important business line. And the most important problem for Marriott is they want to evaluate the contract service is delete or invest in that. Why? You look the sales in comparison with profits in the lodging and restaurants. The profit is the average is upper to the sales, and the contract service is the opposite. If you look at that chart, and it's complicated, and the Marriott Corporation try to understand why that. The cost of capital, when you calculate cost of capital, is what is a weighted average cost of capital, and this is the equation when you use, and compose the three important things. The first is cost equity, cost of debt, the Tau or tax rate, and the optimal structure of financial. Okay, I explained one of part most specified. The cost of equity you calculate is when you use the model is CAPM, is capital increasing model, and that is the equation. Okay, that 4 points is the numbers. When every topic you need a different thing. The first is the equity beta. The equity beta you calculate a linear regression, and the beta compound the optimal structure of capital. And the beta for this thing is 1.43. The risk-free rate is you calculate when the bonds of U.S. government combined with majority on 10 years. And the risk market, you calculate in the risk market is the risk of the return of the market in general and per years in 1925. And finally, the risk premium. The risk premium is the rest of risk market and risk free. And you use these numbers. And finally, the cost of equity is 13.43%. Okay. If you remember that, the cost of debt is spread plus risk free. The risk free is the same. And the spread, you use the spread of intermediation is the U.S. government bonds. And the tax rate is the 48.1. This state you calculate it in the cash flow of the company. Okay. You use the same steps for the calculating for each line of business. Okay, remember the equation is that. Obviously, for each line of business, the financial structure change, and obviously the beta equity change and the cost of equity change. But the cost of debt is the same, and the tax rate is the same. That is the WACC for each line. And the conclusion, you compare each line with the Marriott Corporation. It's easy to understand the WACC of Marriott Corporation is average to the other 3 lines because it's very nice components Marriott Corporation. Finally, I recommend invest in contract service because the contract service is the business line most risky, but in compose is the most rentable for Marriott Corporation.